Hello and welcome to GunstarGaming's first Let's Play. And no, it's not Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 XL.
Which is quite an interesting mod, actually.
Yes, you don't actually quite know exactly what's in store. You have an idea, Super Hobbit, but there's a little bit of surprise in this game in that you don't actually want to collect rings, or else this'll happen to you. You get fat.
He just looks he looks like he's having a really hard time here.
I thought this would be a fun introductory LP for the channel, and I think we'll find that that is also the case. But to save you guys on... See, when you play this game, the only way to lose the fat is by getting this question mark box, which instantly takes it away, or to exercise it off.
It's like, what's that surge? It's like liposuction question mark box or something like that. It just
so basically,
there it is.
To save you guys from having to watch all the exercising, which is the only way to beat the game, I will be editing that down a bit. For the first zone, I kind of give you guys the full experience, which it's not that bad in this zone either, too.
Look how low he jumps.
Pro tip: don't ever get supersonic in this game. You still get fat even as supersonic.
Oh, really?
And it's much worse because you're much faster and you go into points much quicker. It is not hell. I've done it once and it's bad. It's bad. Don't do it.
Now, since Supersonic loses rings over time, does that also mean he loses weight quicker? Which is a strange sentence as I say it out loud.
Probably not. What probably actually happens is you just probably get more. Actually, you know what's really bad is if you have rings and then you get hit, and you collect the same rings, that counts as more rings.
Really? So it double counts it against you?
Yeah, so if you got like 10 rings, got hit and got 10 rings again, you get 20 rings and almost die.
That is ruthless. Well, and that's the other thing, I think you had mentioned this before, where after a certain threshold of ring count, you actually just auto-die.
Yeah, you get a heart attack.
Yeah, it's like...
Diabetes death, I think it's 25 rings. We will see that. It'll be a little late in the LP, but we will see his diabetes death.
Don't let my low insulin count take me in my sleep.
Yeah.
God.
And right now I'm too fat to even get this question mark box, and I'm asking Tails really nicely to get it for me.
How do you
You gotta teach me a lesson about exercise.
So you can't roll into a ball. Like, what can you do at this point?
You can roll into a ball, but only downhill.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, so it doesn't really help me.
It's not so much rolling into a ball. It's more like just wheelbarrowing down a hill.
Yeah. He probably looks more like a porcupine in this intonation. He probably looks more like a hedgehog here than he does normally, though.
Oh, see, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas here.
Yeah, we're exercising it off. It's, oh, what's that guy? He's out right now. He's doing all that.
There we go.
What's that guy's name? It's that black guy who's doing all that like ab workout. It's the new guy. You seen those commercials?
Oh, you mean like the Old Spice commercials?
No, it's guys doing like workout. It's like dance or like fighting workout. Like it's like Taibo kind of stuff. It's like focused on the abs.
Huh.
I see the commercial all the time.
I must be missing out then.
Ab crunching. Like, oh well, anyway, maybe somebody knows what I'm talking about. I can't remember the guy's name though.
What you're saying is that we need to get this for Sonic so that he can deal with his weight problem.
Yeah, he's got to go on the workouts.
He's going on ring benches.
He's got to go to Taibo, you know.
Oh man, that's crazy though. And I can't remember if you've mentioned it or not, but will we actually see a point where he has a ring overdose in any of these videos?
Yes, he definitely will.
Okay.
But and here's the thing, I really tried to not use save points. I used an emulator for this, of course. It's hacked. I tried to not use save points, and I did pretty well. I made it all the way to that's Green Hill. Then
very nice.
What's the order here? No, this isn't Green Hill. This is Emerald Hill. Right? Emerald Hill.
Yeah.
I know I meant like the 4th or 5th zone. I think it was Casino Night zone where I had to use save points. I think it was Casino Night. That's where I couldn't not use save points, and it probably due to the freaking jackpot machine.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that. Yeah.
But I got really far without save points, and then after that, I just like I'm not dealing with this. I'm beating this game, and that's it. I edited out the save points so it wouldn't look so obvious. But
okay.
I don't know how you beat this game without save points. It's too hard.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the hardest Sonic hacks there is. The only one that may be harder than this is I don't remember what it's. Oh.
Oh, what? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Something
used to
tells
a
me
lot
that's
of
not
this.
built into the game.
Yeah, I made it look really nice.
That was good, and it's got appropriate music. We'll just call that a power-up.
Yeah. So as I was saying, the only hack that may be harder than this one. Right now, I'm actually still a bit fat, so I can't make the perfect
Yep.
jump. The only hack, it's this hack. I forget what it's called, but it's like you can only. There are. I don't know if it's every ring or some rings are red, and if you get a red ring, you die.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, that's the only one that's maybe harder than this one. But this one's pretty hard.
No kidding. Well, and one thing that I find interesting, I know you had mentioned that the Casino Nights level is pretty notorious for this particular hack, but I would imagine that a lot of the earlier levels would be some of the harder ones. It seems like earlier levels have rings being more plentiful, but the later levels, they can be sometimes a little bit harder to come by. Is that the case, or is it just equal
I think
hard
it's
no
a
matter what
mix
you do?
of, yeah, with the earlier levels, there's a lot more rings probably, but it's more fair in ground placement. There's flat ground a lot, so you could exercise easy. But when you get to places like not aquatic ruin,
There we go.
what was the one? It was
Working, Sonic! Sweating the 80s!
But it's like when you get to certain zones, it's like there's spots. Oh, Hilltop. Like in Hilltop, there's not a lot of flat ground. So there's not a lot of good places to exercise when you get fat. You'll see what I mean when I get there.
Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't think about that
And
one.
then when you get to Oil Ocean, it's even worse, because when you get fat, oh my god, is it hard to get rid of it.
Well, plus if you get stuck in the sand, I mean, I can't imagine you can do anything about it aside from just let yourself die.
Yeah, I could say this, at least, this guy, I was looking for like boxes or, no, extra lives, I'm looking for extra lives. This is not my first playthrough, I had to start over. I realized I need a lot of extra lives. But, yeah, what was I gonna say, there's a lot of, oh, now I forgot what I was gonna say. God dang it.
Well, I was just asking about, like, how it differs with later levels. I assume that the later levels would be a little bit easier, honestly. But, what do I know?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, that's what I don't know.
It's just that, yeah, like when I was in Oil Ocean, there wasn't a lot of areas. You can get stuck a lot.
Really?
Oh, and it was in Metropolis, I believe, that other crazy stuff would happen. You guys will see when we watch.
I was gonna say,
the game gets really tricky, hard, and crazy.
oh yeah. Maybe I should just stop asking questions and
In
just...
fact, the only fair part of this game is the very end, because there's no rings.
That's true. That's true, I guess that's the easiest part.
Yeah, go figure.
It's like a dual difficulty thing going on. You've got two different avenues to pursue. Yeah, he was really chubbing it there for a minute. I love when he goes into that wheelbarrow mode. I mean, have we been a channel long enough for me to make a barrel roll joke? I'll take your silence as a yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got texting someone about something important.
Damn it, we got Sonic 2 to worry about. This is more important than real life.
I agree. He has got to reach the end so that he can exercise some more. He is just too fat.
He was too fat to make the rolling jump. Oh, poor Sonic. Here we are making fun of him.
This is where it gets a little tricky.
We're gonna make him develop a complex. We keep laughing at his expense.
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
Don't laugh at me, I'm not fat and big boned!
Got a thyroid issue.
Shows him as our hero.
The hero of Emerald Island, or actually I can't remember exactly what the Sonic universe is called.
Well, there's Mobius, and then there's like Angel Island.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, the hero of Mobius, with a crippling heart condition.
With a fast food addiction.
Yeah, maybe that. I've never looked up the nutritional info on what rings contain. Yeah, what's the serving size for a standard portion of rings? Not part of the
Whatever it is, I'm sure he's a gorger.
Clearly. Poor guy. Oh. No,
I love when I first played this game and you fell in there and you were like, I'm boned, and then you saw that and you were so happy because you were like, it saved me, and then you ran here too far and died.
Yes. Oh, joke about that, dude. That screwed me over way too many times.
It happened to me every time like that. I would get saved by the earlier part, and then I'd die here right after, and it'd be like, what was the point then?
Oh yeah, I would get cocky. I would think, oh, okay, now I'm good to go. I'd just blaze through it, then right onto my untimely death.
So this guy's the easiest boss except for the ground. The ground is the real boss.
So, yeah, that's you can't damage it. despite my best
Well,
efforts.
I hope you guys enjoyed part 1, and we'll watch Sonic exercise his weight off a little more in
He's doing
part.
some crunches right there. Yeah, see, he's
That's
going. And what's Tails doing there? He's balancing, I guess. No, he's working on his other stuff that he's doing.
Goodbye.
Oh boy, very nice, very nicely done.